Good morning, dear friends, dear masters. Welcome to day 3 of our breath by breath, step-by-step approach to breath mindfulness. Happy to see all of you this morning or evening in parts of the US and probably late morning in the East. So we've been on a journey. Some of you have been on this journey for quite some time, and for some of you joining us new yesterday and day before yesterday, just the beginning parts of a journey of mindfulness with our breath. So we've been learning how to be with our breath. We've been learning the right way of breathing. We've been learning how to be mindful of our breathing. So today again, we'll learn some aspects of it. Today we will learn one more step in our breathfulness routine. And after the meditation, we will also see the neuroscience behind breathfulness. Why and how breathfulness brings about the changes in your body and mind, body and brain. Today, we'll just talk about the body and brain, more the physical body aspects. All right. So yesterday we had an assignment. Were there two parts? No, yesterday there's only one part to the assignment. And it was mindfulness of breathing in a non-silent place. So I want to understand how many of you have been able to practice that, and what was your observation? Were you able to observe when you felt annoyed by the sounds, or were you able to go deep into meditation during that time, deep into thoughtless, or were you continuously bothered by the thoughts? Can you please type your response in the chat window? If you did, yes, I did, and this is the observation. I found it annoying, I found it peaceful, I found it relaxing, I was able to sit through 10 minutes, whatever. Let me see the chat window. Yes, peaceful, yes, deep, not bothered, found interesting sounds, very good. Couldn't stop thoughts, not bothered. I sat through 10 minutes. Not able to concentrate, but was good. Yes, mind wandering. Relaxing, but not deep, okay? Relaxing and very peaceful. So where did you folks do this? I mentioned several places. Do it in the drawing room, living room, kitchen, dining room, park, balcony, on the ground, at shop, wonderful. While walking, so that's different. I will talk more about it. Couldn't stop thinking, terrace, personal room, calm and quiet. That is something you do every day anyway. Disconnecting to the disturbance outside. Wonderful. So on the mat, okay, in the bus, very good. So that's so some of the times when you actually have time on your bus traveling through a lot of distance, that's another time when you can do it, right? In treadmill and walking, that's not mindfulness of breathing. So you shouldn't be doing mindfulness of breathing when you are on the treadmill, when you're exercising, or when you're walking. You should be focusing on what you're doing, right? We will talk about mindful walking maybe tomorrow or the day after. All right. So good, my dear friends. I think our observation in Pyramid Valley during one of the retreats, I don't know if the folks on the retreat or in the meeting. So we tried this experiment. So we had one group of people sit in the chair meditation, and the another group of people interestingly created all kinds of noises around them. They were shouting, they're making birds noise, they were dancing, and they were whistling and all that, right? And every one of them who sat through meditation, when they came out, they said those were the moments of deep meditation, because they were trying to just avoid all the sounds, right? They were trying to focus. It was a challenge for them to kind of just focus, observe the breath. And in fact, my personal experience has always been that, right? When I sit on the living room, in spite of all the sounds outside in the kitchen and the maid washing utensils, so that is when you get into some of the deep states. Anyway, so good. Thanks for trying that experiment. You can try that always, and it gives you a resolve of how to kind of be mindful of your breathing, irrespective of whatever the sounds are. So you must have observed the music doesn't matter, the external sound doesn't matter. What is important is your will, and use your learning that this is how I need to bring my attention back to my breathing. That is all. All right. So I saw quite a few things on mind wandering. How many of you are still being bothered by thoughts during your meditation, during your equal breathing, or the observation of your breath. Any questions? Any questions on the meditation process? Yes, someone's mentioned, yeah, being bothered by thoughts, right? Yes, mind wandering. Initially, okay. So, program 2, I am bothered, me bothered sometimes, not fully focused. All right. So that's what we're going to learn. One technique for that. Let me quickly go into. Okay, so again, quickly. So what are the three stages of meditation that we've been talking about? Type quickly on the chat window. What are the three stages of meditation? First is relaxation. What is the second one? And what is the third one we're going to learn today? Where's my chat window? Observing. Yeah, attention is one part of the mindfulness. Observation. Yes, observation. Observing, following, flowing. Now, the three large stages. Appreciation. Yes. So the three parts to our daily breath mindfulness meditation. As you see, relaxation. That's what we do through equal breathing and coherent breathing. Then observation of our breath. We're going to bring our focus attention on the nose. And the third stage is appreciation. So we're going to continue to follow this for today. Tomorrow we'll go into the second step of observation. So we're going to do 15 minutes of relaxation. Tomorrow onward, it will become 10 minutes. 15 minutes of relaxation, equal coherent breathing. That will bring your mind in alignment and reduce the chatter. And then we're going to do 20 minutes of observing the breath at your nose only. In the last 5 minutes, we're going to add the step of appreciation where we express gratitude. All right. So in that step, what I would ask you to do is bring three things in the last 24 hours that you want to be grateful for, you want to be thankful for. It could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be a thing that made you happy. It could be some news that made you happy, right? You bring that moment when that news happened, when the person did something, or when you felt happy. It could be about some food. It could be about your own experience, right? Like yesterday, you did this meditation in the park, in the terrace, wherever, or any learning that you had. So just bring that into your mind and express thank you in your mind. That is all. So gratitude is one of the higher emotions feeling. Tomorrow, when we talk about emotions and feelings, it's one of the higher emotions that impacts your heart chakra. So every day we practice a gratitude exercise. We talk about 5-finger gratitude exercise. We'll talk about later. But for now, as soon as every day, as soon as our meditation session is over, the last 5 minutes, I will ask you to bring three things. Bring that each one by one. Bring that into your mind. Express thank you in your mind. And then we'll just do a general overall thank you to everything and exit from our meditation. So that is appreciation. You should feel, you should bring your awareness to your heart, and you should feel as if that person, that thing has happened in front of you, and express that gratitude. You should feel the breathing coming from the heart. All right. So that is the new step that we're going to add today. 15 minutes of equal breathing, 20 minutes of observation, of observing your breath at your nose, and 3 to 4 minutes of gratitude. All right. And I know a lot of us, initially when we start off meditation, thoughts continue to bother us. The trick is you shouldn't be lost in your thoughts. You shouldn't be in your thoughts or inside your thoughts, right? The whole idea of breathfulness or any meditative practice is to come above your thought. You should be like at later stages of meditation, there is something called metacognitive awareness, where you are aware of all the thought processes that are happening in your mind. That will happen normally. So now we are being aware of the thoughts. Every time you're aware of the thoughts, bring your attention back to your breath. Every time you're aware of your thoughts, bring your attention back to breath. So thoughts are a good thing. do not feel bad if you are getting too many thoughts. Thoughts are a good thing. As soon as you see, observe your thoughts, bring your attention back to it. All right, during this session, it's very easy because I keep prompting you. Whereas when you are sitting alone is when you probably will get lost in thought, but over time, you'll get that practice, right? So you should be able to see your thoughts. And as you proceed along, you'll be able to see your feelings. So that is when you will find that gap between thoughts, between feelings, for you to be a lot more mindful. And there are several techniques to overcome mind wandering. So we said the first one is belly breathing. We've already learned that. And then we've been doing equal breathing. So now I want to introduce you to this one technique called labeling, which you could use in today's meditation session. So what is labeling? Every time you get a thought, so we'll get into equal breathing. And then when we start our observing your breath at your nose, your attention will get diverted. You bring your attention back to your breath. In case you're bothered by more thoughts, try to label every thought and send them away. So give it a name, any name, right? If it is a thought related to work, you just name it work and then bring your attention back to your breath. If it is related to some person, give that name a person, that person's name to it. If it is related to food, if it's related to something else, just give it a name and then bring your attention back to your breath at your nose. All right, that is all. It's called labeling. Again, a very popular way of, there's a science behind it, how the brain, the way the brain interrupts that and gives it a name and allows it to go away. It will bring your attention, it will improve your concentration and continuous attention to your breath. All right. So with that, my dear friends, let's get into 40 to 43 minutes of meditation. Any quick questions? So we know the posture, we know equal breathing, we know how to observe breath in at our nose. Can we name it as positive or negative? You could, but I would suggest just give it some name that doesn't have any connotations of judgment, right? When you do positive or negative, you're judging it. We don't want to be judging. And again, another thing is do not judge anything that happens. If you're not observing your breath, if you're getting too many thoughts, do not feel annoyed, do not feel judged. It is all part of the process. All right, so for those of you who are bothered by thoughts, you can try labeling. Tomorrow we will learn one more method called counting. All right, so let's dive into our breathfulness practice for today, my dear friends. And as I said, 15 minutes, I'll guide you through this, 15 minutes of equal breathing, 20 minutes of observing your breath at your nose, and then the 3 or 4 minutes of appreciation. All right. So I'll play some light music. So let's get into the posture for meditation. Remove your spectacles. Cross your feet, sit in the right posture. Keep your back. Please switch on your videos. That's something I've been forgetting to inform you. There are not many people switching on your videos. If you switch on your videos, I'll be able to correct your posture when I see it. Relax your body, relax your neck, relax your shoulders, relax your forehead, close your eyes, and slowly bring your attention to your nose and begin the process of equal, long, smooth breathing. As you breathe in, long, smooth, and equal, count your in-breath and out breath. You can count to 4, you can count to 5, or you count to 3, depending on your comfort level. You breathe in long. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you do your slow inhale and exhale, observe the movements in your stomach, chest, so that you're breathing right. Slow and easy. Smooth and long. You should not feel any discomfort anywhere. Do not breathe deep or hard for you to cause discomfort. Equal breathing brings your body, mind, and breath in alignment. It allows your body to relax, allows your mind to become calmer. If your mind wanders, restart your equal breathing. Do not get lost in thoughts. You are giving your mind enough to do. Counting, observing the movements in your stomach, and conscious breathing. Continue to have your breathing coherent, smooth, long, easy inhale to a count of 3 or 4. Smooth, long, easy exhale to a count of 3 or 4. No holding your breath. No struggling hard with your in-breath and out-breath. Be conscious of your breathing. Be conscious of your counting. Be aware of the movement in your abdomen as your stomach moves out on every inhale and moves in on your exhale. Because you are doing slow inhale and exhales, you'll be able to feel the movement in your stomach very easily. Avoid any thoughts. Five more minutes of equal breathing, just to relax your body and mind. This is like the warm-up to our breathfulness meditation stage. Excellent, my dear friends. Feel the rhythm of your breathing. Feel your body relax. Feel your head becoming lighter. Keep a relaxed posture. Two more minutes of equal breathing. Feel the joy of a relaxed body. And an aligned mind. Wonderful, my dear friends. Now let's move into the stage of observation. Drop your equal breathing. Drop your counting. Slowly move your awareness to your nose and start observing your normal, natural breathing at your nose. Feel the air, feel the sensations on your upper lip, at the entrance to your nostrils or inside your nostrils. For the next 20 minutes, it'll just be you, your breath, and your nose, while you continue to be aware of your posture. Nothing else should bother you. Everything else, all other thoughts, all other to-do lists can wait for the next 20 minutes. Make sure your body is relaxed, your back is straight, your neck, head are comfortably resting. on your backbone. Make sure you're not leaning forward or leaning too backward. As you breathe in and breathe out normally, naturally, just feel whatever is happening at your nose. Notice closely your in-breath and out. If thoughts distract you, gently bring your attention back to your breathing at your nose. Thoughts continue to bother you, try applying the technique of labeling. Become aware of the thought, label it, send them away, bring your attention back to your nose and your breathing. Very simple. Excellent, my dear friends. Continue to notice the breath inside or at the entrance to your nose. Ignore all other sensations, ignore all other distractions. Do not strain yourself. Like a watchman observing people and vehicles going in and out of the gate, just watch your breath as it goes in and out of your nose. Continue to be with your beautiful breath. Do not alter your breath. Do not change your breathing pattern. Just allow whatever is happening. Do not judge. Do not analyze. Wonderful, my dear friends. Experience the joy of concentration. Continue to observe your breath at your nose. Just 10 more minutes. Thoughts are bothering you, label them and send them away. Feel your brain becoming focused. Keep your shoulders, keep your forehead, keep your eyebrows relaxed. Feel your body at ease. With all your concentration and focus at your nose. Do not alter your breath for whatsoever reason. Be with your normal, natural breathing. your mind continues to wander, every time you notice it is wandering, bring it back to your breath. Nothing to worry. We will learn more techniques. This step of focusing allows us to build our concentration. Just focus on your nose. Observe everything that is happening at or inside your nose as you breathe in and breathe out every moment. Be conscious of your posture. Keep your neck and head straight. Continue to focus on your breath at your nose, my dear friends. 5 more minutes of observing your breath at your nose. Feel the joy of concentration. Feel the joy of relaxation in your body. Feel the joy of breathing every moment. Do not entertain thoughts, no judgments, no analysis, no thinking, just observing. Last 2 minutes of observing your breath at your nose. Enjoy your breathing. Wonderful, my dear friends. With that feeling of focus, with that relaxation of your body and mind, with the joy of breathing, now let's move into the appreciation stage of our breathfulness practice for today. Slowly move your awareness to your heart region. First, feel grateful, thankful for your session today. Recollect your experience of today's session, whatever it may be. Say thank you to the experience, thank you to yourself for having been part of it. Next, recall 3 things, people or situations in the last 24 hours that made you happy, or something that made you learn. Bring each one of those people, situation, or thing into your mind. Say thank you in your mind with a deep sense of gratitude. Next, let's express gratitude to all the members of our family, friends, who have made us who we are today. Lastly, let's express gratitude to the environment, to all the people in the government, in our society, who are making our everyday life livable and lovable. With that feeling of gratitude, now, my dear friends, we'll emerge from our breathfulness meditation practice for today. Become aware of your body. Become aware of the room you are in. Relax the neck, shoulders, and your back. Slowly unclasp your fingers. Place your palms on your eyes for a few seconds, and you can open them when you're ready. Wonderful. So for those of us who have joined us the last 2 days, how was your experience? Hope some of you applied the technique of labeling, and more of you are able to focus your attention at your nose to develop the skill of concentration. Wonderful. So we will take up questions, any questions you have on the process, anything that is bothering you in a few minutes, another 10 minutes. So stay put till then. While we get started with our lessons on the science of meditation, we'll come back to questions in a few minutes. So before I dive in, and we want to talk about today's exercise, a recap of yesterday's lesson. So yesterday we heard the topic of mindfulness, and we talked about the 4 foundations of mindfulness. As part of explaining the Anapanasati process, so I explained 4 Pali terms. The first one is Kaya Anupasana. What do you call the remaining 3? Do any of you remember? Anapanasati sutras are 4 stanzas, each of the 4 sutras, total 16 sutras. The first 4 pertain to body, which is Kaya Anupasana. The second 4, yes, energy body, what is it called? Yes, Vedananupasana. And then Chittanupasana and Dhammanupasana. Dhammas are the truths in Pali language. It's what Buddha, if you look at it, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. So yes, it's mindfulness of body, mindfulness of feelings or emotions, mindfulness of mental patterns or thoughts, and then the mindfulness of truths like impermanence, cessation, and all. Right? That's what we've been doing. And what is the equation for mindfulness? We've seen the equation for mindfulness. We're going to apply it today. Equation for mindfulness. Attention plus awareness plus, yes, non-judgment. Attention plus awareness plus non-judgment. So today's exercise is going to be interesting, very simple. We're going to practice mindful eating, right? So you should apply attention plus awareness plus non-judgment in your everyday eating. So very simple, and you will find it very interesting. So as you sit down to have your breakfast, your lunch, or your dinner, or any meal of the day, practice mindful eating. What does it mean? Don't do mindful breathing while eating. So mindful eating is completely focused on your eating, right? In breathing, our attention was on breathing. In mindful eating, our complete attention is on eating. Awareness, be aware of all the things that the food offers, right? Be aware of the visual nature of the food. Feel the food with your hands. Feel the smell of the food. Feel the sound the food makes, right? Feel the taste of the food completely. Completely chew slowly every bite till the food dissolves into saliva, and then you probably only drink the food, as they say, right? Drink your food and chew your water. One of the things is that. So complete, slow, full awareness of whatever is going on. All right. So complete awareness of all the things that are happening, and also be aware of the thoughts that you have around the food. Anytime you have thoughts about judging it, just bring your attention back to your eating. Attention on your food only, no TV, no phones, no talking. Complete awareness of all the sensations that the food provides. Hot, cold, sweet, spicy, smell the different smells, the different sounds, the different tastes, right? And then no judgment, nothing to do with, oh, it is cold, it is hot, yesterday it was good, maybe we should have gone to some other place for having food. No thoughts, absolutely no thoughts. You will get the thoughts. The moment you get the thought, you should be aware, oh, I'm having these thoughts. I shouldn't be judging. And then immediately bring your focus on your feeling the food, right? Our Indian tradition teaches us complete eating with your fingers, complete, or it includes all the tastes, all of our food includes all tastes, all sounds. Just remember a wedding meal, it has all the components. Only thing is we keep talking while we don't enjoy the food. All right, my dear friends, enjoy mindful eating in silence, and note down your experience in your notebook. I hope you're all maintaining a notebook or a journal, and report back tomorrow when we ask this question about how was your mindful eating. All right, so we'll come back to questions in a minute. I want to quickly cover the neuroscience of meditation, neuroscience of breathfulness. So where is that? Please hold your questions for 10 more minutes. We'll return. So this is mostly for newcomers and beginners, because the rest of you probably would have seen this already. All right, so neuroscience of breathfulness. Just by being conscious of your breath, wonders of healing, the magic of healing begins. How does it happen? How does just being conscious of your breathing causes all those healing, causes all the changes in your brain and body? All right, so we all know from our biology class, we have a central nervous system comprising the brain and spinal cord, and we have a peripheral nervous system. Voluntary movements is the somatic nervous system. And then we have the autonomic nervous system, which is our focus for most of these spiritual practices. And in the autonomic nervous system, there is a sympathetic nervous system and a parasympathetic nervous system. And these are, the autonomic nervous system is tasked with all the automated functions, function that happen automatically every time, like your breathing, like your heart beating. So you're able to see the slides, right? Okay. So autonomic nervous system is usually not under your control. It automatically does everything. That includes the subconscious thinking patterns, because it's all happening. And what drives the nervous system? Our breathing drives the nervous system. So that is why it's important that we are focusing on breathfulness. We are focusing on the right way of breathing. We are focusing on being more aware of our breathing. All right. And just your breathing drives your nervous system. And the first day we saw how the right breathing allows the right amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide to be exchanged in your lungs, and that oxygenated blood goes through the different parts of your body so that every part of your body gets nourished. If you do shallow breathing, if you do incorrect breathing, then the different parts of your body do not get the right amount of nourishment. Just by breathing right, 30% of all our healing, 30% of our health issues vanish. And then neuroscientists and psychologists have arrived at this, saying that we have our body and mind operate in two modes. One is called the fight or flight mode, the red thing that you see on your right, and another mode is called the rest and digest mode. The fight or flight mode activates your sympathetic nervous system, which includes increased breathing, accelerated heart rate, and increasing energy to your muscles. Whereas the rest and digest mode, as the name tells, it's about resting and digesting your food, right? It's about when you're resting, your heart rate slows down, your breathing slows down, right? You're absolutely calm and relaxed, constricted pupils, you'll fall sleepy, right? Decreased alertness, absolute relaxation. And that is when bulk of your healing happens. All right. Whereas in a fight or flight mode, your body is always stressed. That is what it's called. Whenever you are stressed, the right-hand side mode activates. When you are relaxed, the left-hand side rest or digest activates. All right. So why do we have this fight or flight and survival mode? Why did God create this whole stressful mode, right? So as we evolved, our ancient ancestors had a lot of dangers to fight in the forests. So it was the wild animals, it was natural calamities, it was lack of food, survival, right? So every time they used to face a danger, right? Could be a beast, could be natural calamity, right? They either had to fight it or run from it, flee, flight, right? So the body naturally got used to detecting danger. That is why most of us have a lot of negative thinking. Negative thinking, the mind is always looking out for dangers because that is how we evolved. And the moment you sense a danger like the beast, your body needs to have all the right things to do for it to run away from that place. That is why your heartbeat increases. When you run fast, what happens? Your heartbeat increases, your breathing increases, all your muscles, your leg muscles and hand muscles should get the enough energy so that you run. So that's what exactly does when you do fight or flight mode. Heart rate increases, breathing increases, energy and blood flow all to your motor organs so that you're ready to fight or flee from that place, right? At that time, digestion is not important. Your reproductive organs are not important. So energy gets diverted from those. Your immune system doesn't get importance, right? So it goes. So it used to be the case in our ancient time, but today we don't have the beasts, thankfully, in our modern society. We don't have animals or danger, but our danger comes from that fearful boss, that difficult parent, or the annoying child, or that incident in the traffic, something that you're bad. So each of those situations brings you into stress mode, right? Our life activates this fight or flight mode too often and for too long. Most of the time we are in the fight or flight mode. That is what causes all your hypertension, BP, all the illness, lifestyle illnesses, and that's what causes us to be in the stress mode. What happens? Why should our body be not in the stress mode? So the way the body works very quickly, I know there are probably more knowledgeable folks and doctors in this call. So this chart shows you how your thoughts, every time you have a thought, there are neural networks firing in your brain. And every time the neurons fire, there are certain chemicals called neuropeptides that get released through your body, through your nervous system, and through your blood. And they send signals to your cells in different parts of your body. They activate certain things, which in turn regulate the DNA in that particular cells. And the DNA produces the proteins. And proteins are the expression of your life. Right? The body is like a protein producing factory. If you look at it, the chemical dimension of the body. Muscle cells make muscle proteins, skin cells, skin proteins, immune cells make antibodies, stomach cells make enzymes to digest your food. And most cells in the body make proteins, and genes or the DNA is the way they make them. And we express, there is a powerful field of epigenetics, which talks about how particular genes express via different cells to make the proteins. All the elements that these cells manufacture are proteins, and proteins control our immune system, digest our food, heal our wounds, catalyze our chemical reactions, support the structural integrity of our body, the muscles, the bones, right? Provide elegant molecules to communicate between cells and much more. In short, the proteins are the expression of our life. So, negative thought, harmful thought, not correct functioning of our DNA and genes, incorrect proteins being developed, and that is what results in all the illnesses, right? Not enough insulin being developed, not enough proteins that cause black hair to be developed, right? So that is what, as we age, as we stress more, the hair color turns white, or we lose hair. So everything from everything is controlled by our proteins and chemical party, right? And the way it works is, as I said, the stress response takes a different path, and then it generates stress chemicals like cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline, which in turn generates the bad genes and bad proteins, weak proteins. And when we are in a relaxed state, right, there is a different set of chemicals that get generated, like the happiness hormone, pain relieving hormone, like endorphin, melatonin allows sleep to happen, right? And then hormonal levels. Each of these are related to our different endocrine glands, right? Your thyroid, your heart gland, and things like that, right? So what brings you to relaxation response is just your breathing. The moment you are conscious of your breathing, it activates the relaxation response. That is all you need to do. Moving from stress to relaxation is just being aware of your breathing. And when you are there, when you are conscious of your breathing techniques like our coherent breathing and all the pranayama techniques recharge the nervous system, and then they result in healing and rejuvenation. And our heart rate, heart and brain responses also bring in. The second thing that breathfulness brings is synchrony of brain and heart coherence. All right. And as we know, there are three parts to our brain. The top part is the neocortex, the limbic system, which is the middle brain responsible for all our emotional responses, and a reptilian brain that is responsible for our autonomic functions like breathing, heart rate, sensing temperature, right, blood flow, all that things are automatically happening. So these are the functions responsible that is common to all animals. And these are some emotional responses available to certain other animals as well, like our pets, right? And this is the cortical layer that allows deeper thinking, deeper creativity to happen, which is only found in the higher consciousness species like human beings, right? And again, different parts of our brain responsible for different parts of our activities. And then most of our chatter, a lot of us keeps talking about mind wandering. Most of the mind wandering happens from our midbrain, our emotional brain. All right. So this is responsible for thinking. This is responsible for emotions, memory, and this is responsible for the functioning of our body. Very simple. All right. And what happens? And then the brain has different networks. So earlier people used to think there are specific parts of the brain responsible for different parts functions, but there are certain networks where 2 or 3 different parts of the brain are responsible for several things. For example, emotion regulation network, the amygdala, hippocampus, everything is part of here. Attention network is insula and corpus callosum, self-controlling network and empathy network. When we are observing our breath at our nose, when you are developing attention, the attention network is active. Your emotional regulation network is silent. All right. That happens when you're initially your mind starts chatting, oh my God, all those emotions, all the sensations, anything from memory. This is what we slowly bring our attention, move our attention back from our emotions to our attention network. And today we introduce the step of gratitude, right? Anytime you're feeling grateful, anytime you're feeling loving, anytime you're feeling peaceful, the empathy network starts working. There are different parts of the brain. So as we dive into meditation, the emotion regulation network gets silenced, attention regulation network gets deeper, the selfing control, you lose control of the space. That's why some of us, we don't even know where we are, right? We lose context of the space. So over time, the selfing control removes anything related to the self, the ego. We will learn more about when we talk about the mind faculty, and empathy regulates meditation, right? So as we continue to meditate, at any point of time, we have this thing called brain waves. Our brain operates at different frequencies. And so in a resting state or an highly anxious state, our brain operates at the frequency of beta. It's simply assume it's thoughts per second. More number of thoughts per second, you are at your left. If you're anxious, you are in high beta. You're operating at some 30 or 40 thoughts per second, right? And then as you close your eyes, get into meditation, as you close your eyes, when you're getting into sleep, your brain moves into alpha state. There are different set of chemicals, good chemicals that start generating. And you get deeper. Equal breathing gets you into alpha state. And as you continue to improve your attention, like the way we are doing, focusing, following, and flowing, your brain gets into the theta and delta, which are deeper meditation states. You'll feel a lot more relaxed, a lot more calm, a lot more serenity. And as your brain goes into slower states, there are different type of good chemicals that happen. All different types of experiences happen, right? And then healing happens. Healing happens in deep meditation. All right, the way it happens is the brain waves. This is something the doctors or the scientists measure. Just like we have the ECG, where they put those different stickers and wires in different parts of your chest. Similarly, there is something called EEG, electroencephalogram, where they place the those sensors in different parts of your brain, different parts of your head, and they measure. So what they found is brain coherence happens in deep concentration. When you're building that concentration, all parts of the brain fire in a pattern, whereas this is incoherent. Similarly, heart coherence starts happening when we start getting into equal breathing, right? When you start doing those initial stages of meditation, it increases alpha brain waves, and it's also produced by positive emotions, silencing of the brain, as well as when you express gratitude, when you express empathy, when you express love, when you express compassion. So heart rate variability is measured by plotting your heart rate, the rate at which your heart beats at different points of your time, right? And then you'll see. So when you are anxious, when you're angry, this is the pattern that HRV provides. When you are in a gratitude mode, this is the pattern that HRV provides. In fact, you should try that experiment. A lot of you might have smart watches. Measure the HRV during your day. In fact, I should have told that on the day one. Measure your HRV on day one. I think you can do that even when you go back to sleep, probably. And as you go into meditation, before meditation, after meditation, throughout the day, you can measure your HRV and see how does it work. So negative emotions disturb coherence. All right. And then as we continue to have the different parts of the brain silencing, what happens is your prefrontal cortex gets activated between attention. That's what happens. And as we do that, empathy, insight, intuition, more of healing, all that happens. And this is what, as you know, is aligned with our third eye chakra. That's what they say when they say third eye activation, when your Ajna chakra gets activated. There's nothing but your rest of the brain. Usually, most of the time, our limbic brain is what occupies all the judgment, all the emotions that happen. In meditation, as we continue the practice of mindfulness, this starts getting silenced, right? And then more of activity starts happening in our prefrontal cortex. So lastly, I would want to kind of quickly summarize a case study It was done. This is a finding from the book Mind to Matter. So someone, an Australian journalist who was studied for an 8-week mindfulness, breath mindfulness meditation. So they measured all his biomarkers, neuromarkers throughout the 8 weeks, his memory, his response time. And what they found out is throughout the 8 weeks of breath mindfulness meditation, they mapped the different parts of the brain that changed, that got impacted. What they found is 22.8% increase in the volume, the part of the brain responsible for emotional regulation. That means better regulation of emotions, not getting angry easily, not getting annoyed easily, right? Enhanced brain response time, better memory, very important for a lot of students, increased cognitive powers, improved behavioral abilities, and a more relaxed and energy efficient brain. And all these changes happen in 8 weeks, no drugs, no surgery, no supplements, just mindfulness meditation. So that is the magic of breathfulness or breath mindfulness meditation, my dear friends. Impact on the body, impact on the heart, impact on the brain, and impact on all our memory and all those capacities. All right. So today we learned the new stage of meditation, new stage of breathfulness, which is appreciation. All right. And we practiced equal breathing. We practiced focusing of attention on our nose. And we also practiced gratitude. And we learned what is mindful eating, which is what you'll practice today. And we also learned the neuroscience of breathfulness, how just by being with your breath causes your body to be activating your relaxation response, which causes healing, building your immune system. And also, we just saw how it impacts your brain to become slower, allows your emotions to be regulated much better, and increases memory power, increases concentration. All right, a lot of benefits. And there is science, you can go find enough research studies on all these publishings, right? There's nothing very specific to this course or class. All right, dear friends, with that, let's open it up for questions for people who want to ask questions, share your experience. Please raise the hand in Zoom, or if there are any questions, you can type it on the chat window as well. Let me quickly go through if there are any questions already. Entering sleep mode, that's okay. You are in just a few days of meditation, in this kind of meditation, probably early in the morning to go away. And someone says, awesome experience, sir, especially the labeling. Our thoughts really worked well for me. I could focus on my breathing. Thank you, sir, for sharing. Every time I feel better. Thank you, sir. I'm not completely focused on my mind today. Full tiredness body. That is okay. Allow it to feel tired. Do not judge too much. What are the hard positions that can be maintained while practicing breathing and mindfulness? I found it easier to focus on the nose when I placed my finger on the tip of my nose. It's okay. You can try to do that if that's helping you, but over time, you'll have to be focusing it without any physical touch, most importantly. But I would suggest try practicing the usual posture. So why do I feel a little drained, drowsy during later part of the day? Does this have to do anything with meditation? It would be because you're waking up early and sitting in the meditation as well. It's okay to have a nap later in the afternoon. How do we know if we meditated effectively? You will feel the difference. Even if you don't feel the difference, just the fact that you have closed your eyes and allow your brain to go into slow mode has a lot of healing practices. And again, let's not judge our meditation practice. As I keep saying, the only bad meditation, there's nothing like good meditation or bad meditation. Every meditation helps. Patriji says just by closing your eyes and sitting itself gives you 60% of your benefit. And as we just saw, just observing your breath, being conscious of your breathing, gives you the remaining 30%. The remaining 10% of your mind wandering, well, it's more about awareness, right? So nothing like a good meditation or a bad meditation. The only bad meditation is the one that you did not do. Anytime you sit, it is going to help you. Mind becoming, okay, so last question here. How can I work on my frustrations, anger throughout the day? Just practicing breathfulness meditation, ma'am. Just continue to be with the practice. All right, so let me unmute. Okay, so Mr. Purushottam, can you unmute? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Thank you for the class session. I during the meditation when I'm doing, there is some sensation between my eyebrows, and I totally forget about the breathing, and I focus on that sensation, and it's like pressing in between my eyebrows. Is that fine? And my breath becomes. I don't feel any breath at all during certain period of the meditation, and my focus is just there in between my eyebrows and the sensation there.
Okay. So because of that, you're not able to observe your breath, focus on your breath, right?
Yeah, I feel that there is no breath at all. There is very light. I cannot feel the sensation of the breath sometimes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so the fact is you are breathing, right? And you are breathing, air is going through your nose. There's something happening. Only thing is you're not aware of it, right?
Okay.
So what I suggest is for a few days, even if you have sensations on the eyebrows, which is perfectly fine, right? So move your attention, ignore that, move your attention. Just like we say you have thoughts, bring your attention back to your breathing. Similarly, if you find any sensations, just bring your attention back to your breathing and make your nose the focus of your attention, right?
Okay.
You might not feel the breath in the beginning, but over time you will feel as your mind calms down, as you develop the power of concentration, attention, you'll slowly start feeling because things are happening, right?
Okay.
It's only your brain, it should connect. Your brain should become more aware of what is happening. It's the air is flowing in your nose. There are sensations out there happening. So for next couple of days, try to move your attention. Every time you feel a sensation, move your attention back to your breath. If it still doesn't help, I'll tell you what to do. Maybe you can ask me after 2 days.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, Mr. Pratik. Nice to see you here.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Definitely conscious breathing is helpful. At least in the office, like with the eyes open, also you can try. You're sitting on your desk and you can between try. So something new to learn definitely. So what happens is during the meditation, my head goes down many times. Involuntary. I don't know. And then suddenly when you the guidance come, then
Yes.
okay, I have to correct the body, correct the actually head. And the moment we correct the head, actually is something that we are restarting something again. So is it okay or oh yeah?
Yeah, so the ideal posture, I mean, if you're feeling comfortable, if you're observing your breath and focusing your breath like most of us have got used to it, that's okay. But the ideal posture is if you can keep your neck and head straight, right? Because as you bend forward, then your neck is also your back part of your neck, your shoulders get strained, right? You'll not be able to sit for a long time. So try to adjust your posture. I mean, I don't know, try to adjust your pillow so that your back is straight. When your back is straight, it's not easy to make your head fall down. All right. So that's fine. I keep seeing, I mean, I casually keep seeing, and then that's when I keep remarking, keep your head straight. For some time, you can just follow the instruction. But when you do that, that's okay. So you can restart your observation of your breath. So over time, you'll get the practice up. But it's in your interest so that you don't hurt your neck, and then it allows you to, as I said on day one, just keeping your posture straight allows your focus also to be much better.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ashwant.
Hello, sir. My name is Ashwant, and good morning. And I'm in USA, near Boston State. So very much thankful for the session. It is very much refreshing, and then identifying more
Thank you.
more kind of capabilities from it. Like last time we had a session from Buddha CEO Chandra sir, where they organized with our organization CTS during pandemic. So that was the first time which I've known about this pyramid meditation and all.
Meditation.
So later I
Wonderful.
was not able to again come into it, but somehow I got connected to this channel again. So I have one specific way of this different kind of a thing where, like, I sometimes fall asleep while talking. Like now also, while I'm talking, I'll fall asleep and I don't know that this is present or I'm in a sleep. After I wake up, then only I'll be realizing it, and the same thing will be happening, like the mind chit chattering or so many kind of things. As such as a normal life, it happens in that while I go into that, even while I sleep in during night as well. So sometimes it is very hard to identify that I'm sleeping and there is all a dream, and I fight through it. And then sometimes I wake up strongly and why I'm getting this kind of a thought or something. So sometimes I'm aware of it, but I don't know that I cannot avoid it like that. And that causes a lot of stress, and sleep will not be complete. And I fall, get migraine and everything. And my eyes goes into glare and everything. I can't see sometimes like that. So trying to see how should I maybe get control of that.
Yeah. So as you're practicing meditation, right? Are you able to?
No, not recently. Not at all.
Okay. So now in the last couple of days, did you attend the last couple
Yeah,
of days?
Yes.
So during these days, were you able to do your equal breathing, right?
Yeah, I'm able to do that coherent breathing, which at least I'm able to not 100%, but I'm able to make that count and then feel the breath, diaphragm movement, and just identify equal breath and then equal
breath.
Inhale and exhale. That at least I'm able to identify and then do it, and even I'm able to consciously get into that.
Okay, and then the second step of observing your breath at your nose, were you able to do it?
Yeah, that is part where I try to focus it. I'm getting very pain in my eye. Like sometimes I'll feel the breath from the nose, it's going in or out, but sometimes nothing is there and I'm struggling to identify this is the tip, or I have to imagine, okay, this is my nose, and I have to imagine like that, like trying to focus more stressfully or making it to feel more.
Okay, but during the process, did you feel sleepy?
Yeah, yesterday and today also I went into sleep, I think in the end, almost till the end, it was something like I went into sleep.
Okay. So a couple of things. One is just stay with this practice, continue. As we continue to do more steps, we will do it. The most important thing is physical exercise. Do you do physical exercise? Do you do something to
Yeah, I do this yoga in the morning. And in that also I do this pranayama practice, but for a shorter duration, like 15 minutes or so. Rest of this thing is like for yoga only.
Okay, and then how's your sleep?
Yeah, again, the sleep,
Do you get enough
I
hours
require
of
at least 8 hours. 8 hours of sleep. I require something like that. If it is lesser, it makes it sucks.
So you get a headache. So, but are you getting 8 hours of sleep?
Yeah, that's what. Sometimes during the sleep, I'll feel these kind of stressful life, whatever we normally have this life in the dream as well. So as such, it is happening real, and I try to avoid, or why is this happening? I try to like as such, it makes like, okay, why is this happening? Which should not happen.
Okay.
But only when it breaks that I know it is in dream.
Correct. Lots your emotional part of your brain, the limbic brain, is a lot more active, and I think it's giving you all the judgment. So a couple of suggestions while you continue to practice these 11 days, to stay with us on this, and then what I would suggest is maybe 30 minutes more of equal breathing, because if that is working for you, try doing that equal conscious breathing, because that automatically puts your body also in healing mode. So hopefully you'll be able to sleep better, right? You're also aware of your breathing, and then once you start sleeping better during your sleep time, then the remaining times you'll not be bothered by sleep, right? So try practicing 30 to 40 minutes more additional outside of this session. Maybe your morning time, after your pranayama or yoga, you can just sit and then do the equal breath.
Yeah, and at least a half an hour or 40 minutes lesser sleep is really making the day sometimes like feeling tired or require some more sleep at exactly at 11 o'clock in the morning, because if I try to get up early and then do some kind of these practices and all, it'll either hit a migraine or something like that. It'll start.
Yeah, no, so I think it's more to do with the quality of sleep than the quantity of
Yeah.
sleep. The quality of
Yeah.
sleep is not right. So once you start, ideally, the fact that you're doing pranayama, you're doing yoga, and you're doing sitting with meditation should all help with the quality of
Yeah.
sleep, right? If it's not helping, there's something different. So TK, for now, practice extra time of equal breathing, and hopefully it will improve your quality of sleep. All right?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so any more questions? Let me just read the chat window. Focusing on breathing is not allowing me to relax. Yeah, so again, all our focus should not be stressful. You don't focus too much so that you get your eyebrows or head this thing. It's all just relaxed focus, just observation is what we are talking about, right? I think Ashwant, we've answered that, right? Okay. How many of hours of sleep is considered healthy? 5 or 6 or 7 or 8? It depends, ma'am. I think you should ask a doctor. I think there are all these numbers. 6 to 8 hours is what is there. But what I personally found is, as you continue to dive into the practice of meditation, the requirement for sleep goes down. Right? I mean, adding on to what Ashwant just said, for me, over time, my sleep hours, the number of hours I sleep drastically got reduced. So today, if I sleep more than 5.5 hours, then I start getting headache or I start feeling uneasy. But 5.5 hours or less, 5 to 5.5 hours, I'm perfectly fine, very alert, right? So that is because of that additional 1 hour of practice of meditation I do every day. So meditation will reduce the requirement of your sleep because your body is always in a relaxed mode during meditation, as well as allows you to have a good quality of sleep. Legs got numb while meditation, you can just move your legs up. Sometimes the breath is slowly 1 second stop. Okay. So yeah, breath keeps varying. All right. Fine. So I think we got a bit over time. Any question? I think there's hand raised from Nalini Kumari. Any question?
Question in the sense, can I just supplement, sir? Because somebody asked the number of hours that is required. So that varies to my knowledge, because I've gone through some literature and all. It varies with the individual. It also depends upon the genetic makeup to some extent.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
It depends on the individuals. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, my dear friends. So we will end our session for today, and tomorrow we will begin with the next step of our breathfulness observation stage of our breathfulness practice. And we'll also learn a bit more about the science behind how meditation helps regulating our energy body. All right. With that, continue to be mindful of your breathing throughout your day and do the assignment of mindful eating. And please share your experience in tomorrow's session. With that, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Breathe mindfully. Thank you.